All right, this is the proof that I was making a movie about racism in the judicial system. I went to jail in Illinois and in Maryland. I spent 186 days in Illinois and 86 days in Maryland. And what I did is I was exposing the prison industry. And I used the toilet to do it. A toilet is what we use in jail. And y'all charged me with terrorism. And all I did is terrorize you with the truth about your politics in Maryland and how you incarcerate black people and make money. I did it at the courthouse because that's where you make your money at, in the courts. So this is 204 pages, and I'm going to give you a visual, and you can always go to my jailhouse diary on Squib. It's for the public to see. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is the truth about what I did and why I did it. The media knowingly lied to the public because they was protecting the politicians. They were protecting Sen.Zirkin, Gov.'O'Malley, Scott Shellenberger, Kevin Kamenetz, Judge Turnbull, Judge Pearson. They was protecting the corruption in the courts. All right? That toilet ain't nothing but a toilet. It's a prop for a movie. A toilet don't care if you black, white, straight, or gay. A toilet take your shit every day. Jesus had a cross. Martin had a dream. Malcolm had a gun. Shorty got a toilet, but we all had our shit to deal with. So now you got to deal with this. This is commode emotion. This is the Baltimore Sun, and they lied because I gave the Baltimore Sun all this information. This toilet is a political statement for freedom of speech. It's a focal point for my movie and my book, Letters to Zion. I'm not Kalief Browder. I'm not dead. I got to tell my story, and I got to share my truth. And this is the truth. It's freedom of speech. You let the Westboro Baptist Church do it and didn't say nothing about they white asses. But my black ass used the toilet, and you called me a terrorist. That's the Baltimore County Department of Corrections. While I was in jail, I was whistleblowing on y'all. I was talking about the conditions in the jail. I was talking about the abuses by your guards in jail. The misappropriation of funds while I was in jail. All right? Got numerous complaints, and I got this all documented. All right? So we don't have no misunderstandings. You can go look at this jailhouse diary. This is Mr. McGee. Linda Dodge from parole and probation. Payoffs to fix cases. You took payoffs to fix cases. And I named the judges and the lawyers that were involved. And where the information is at, I named you. So there's no misunderstandings where to get this information from. I did this for black reality. All right? That's my college, when I was in college. Within the penitentiaries, blacks have created an extension of the ghetto. Because you incarcerated generations. And I just gave you a book to read. In today's fast technological society, there are many movements on the horizon. Yeah, got plenty of movements. I got everything documented for my movement. I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. I need them to pay attention to what's going on in your prison industry. I need them to pay attention to what's going on in your society. All right? So I documented it. So if you kill me, if you murder me, if I end up dead, my story's still alive. You can't kill the truth. And I ain't scared of dying. It's living is hard to do. You see that? We searched the deportation of Marcus Garvey. You want to talk about race and racism? Take black out of America, then you ain't got to worry about race and racism. Take black out of America. Give us our freedom. Because we're nomads in America. That's why you treat us like this. Because we have no homeland. Like I said, this is all documented. And I laid it out to you. The Baltimore Sun had this. Gov.'O'Malley had this. Shellenberger had this. Greg Bernstein had this. Mayor Stephanie Rollins Blake had this. Sheila Dixon had this. Y'all had this. And y'all got mad because I documented it. Because I had the balls and the brains to do it. Alright? All this is a diary. It's a jailhouse diary. That's my award for cooking. I mean, that's my award for Constitution. I'm educated. These are the supporters of Shorty. These are the people that support me. And they asked my senators, my congressmen to defend me. They asked Zirkin. They asked Shellenberger. They asked our elected officials. And instead of protecting me, you locked me up. I have a right to petition my government. And I got a right to make a movie. All right? That's a documentary. And the documentary was about Maryland's prison industry. The documentary is about your media. The documentary is about your elected officials. The documentary is about your judges. And people was in the documentary. These are movie releases. And I got over 500 movie releases for the people that signed them that are in the movie. Craig Taylor from Waukegan, Illinois. I shot the movie in Illinois and in Maryland. You feel me? It's a movie about your prison industry. Long before Kalief Browder, long before the 13th Amendment, long before Jim Crow. That's in 2006 when I started this. All right? I started this in 2006. 12 years ago. 12 years a slave. 12 years a political prisoner inside of the United States, a black man in white America. And you approved it. You got Shorty. You got more Shorty than you could stand. All right? That's my Storm Falls Road. That's my letter to Gov.O'Malley. My third letter. All right? Get Shorty. Who's the winners and losers? We are. That's Dick Gregory. All right? I had it signed and notarized. Shorties, a self-help organization for the redevelopment and re-education of the young. I gave you the Shorties program. And I've been giving it to you for 12 years. It's an active working program. This is the program that I gave Mayor Pugh at the War Memorial, and she said she can't find. This is the program that Mayor Pugh done had since she was Senator Pugh. All right? Social life skills, economic development, political. And that's the political that I've been giving you. All right? This is a program. And you just on page 20. You just on page 26. All right? The program works. And it inspires other people. Members are needed. Donations. This is a self-contained program. All right? Get Shorty. It's a Get Shorty program. And you got more media you can stand. That's Governor. That's the governor. That's Vicki Lawrence. That's Sam Cassell's. Portions of the profits go to charitable organizations. I was financing my organization through my business. I'm an honorably discharged veteran of the United States Navy. All right? And this is where I started my diary at. 2/10/11. All right? Public defender. I didn't get a public defender. I didn't get a lawyer until March. You held me illegally. Moved me, transferred me, abused me. But I'm still standing. I got the diary from starting in February the 9th. All right, told Dr. Tolburn. And damn Browder got this too. He had this information before I got locked up. I sent it to him. I sent it to the Baltimore Sun. I sent it to Stephen Janis from the Real News. Y'all had this. WJZ had this. Karen Parks had this. Your media works with the politicians to control the narrative of demonizing black people. Fair exchange. I'm going to demonize you. All right? Set off another 118. 118s are request slips. And I was asking for a lawyer, getting inmates involved, taking cases down. I documented everything. All right? The treatment of the inmates. And how you use pharmaceutical drugs inside of the prison. All right? Just showing you this as it is. I'm going to stop when I feel like it. But this is to show you that you can go see this video. You can go see this jailhouse diary. You can go see everything. And I sent everything to Miss Mossberg while I was in jail, asking for her to get involved. Sent it directly to her. Mail receipts, everything proves it. Jack Johnson indicted for conspiracy. Yes, I want y'all to indict Shellenberger. I want you to indict Bobby Zirkin. I want you to indict Kamenetz. I want you to indict them the same way that you go after black politicians. I want you to go after white politicians. The white gorilla family. The FBI. I called the FBI while I was in jail because y'all tried to kill me there. I called the FBI before I went to jail. And the FBI got a case file on me in Illinois and in Maryland. All you got to do is get my paperwork. Baltimore man held in toilet paper. You knowingly lied to the public and you knew that the toilet was not a bomb. And that's why I'm going to sue you. You was part of that $2.5 billion class action lawsuit. $2.5 billion going to come from the media and the politicians. If I get this in front of the grand jury, that means I get to sue you. And I'm going to sue you for everything you got. I'm not angry. I'm just going to get even. Read the diary. All right. Egypt treading the path for the civil rights? No. You need civil rights here in America. Instead of worrying about other countries, start giving us our rights here. All right. Christopher Dodd. All right. Ex-Senator Dodd. I sent him this information too. And then when he got out, he gotten paid. He getting paid. Y'all use y'all's offices to set up ways of getting money after you get out of office. And all I did was just expose it for what it is. How you use it. So we're going to use this in a criminal investigation of Scott Shellenberger, Bobby Zirkin, and Kamenetz. We're going to use this in a criminal investigation in the Gov.O'Malley's stop and frisk and zero tolerance. Because I named you. Who knew about it? Just sent the chief editor, Associated Press. All right? Media had this, but they left me in jail. All right? I was policing the police since 2012. And these are the media outlets that had this information. WJZ came and did an interview with me. You feel me? I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. And I'm going to put it on film so 1 million people can pay attention. The world is watching Baltimore, and I'm going to give them something to see. I'm going to show you what America's prison industry is. All right? Kai Jackson. All right? Kai Jackson had this. Kai Jackson got this. That's why I treat Kai Jackson when I see him. Inmates. All right? Towing scheme. You got the same towing scheme out in Baltimore County that you had in Baltimore City. The only thing is you're not going to investigate pilot towing because they're protected by Shellenberger. You're protected by the courts. You got that same towing scheme going on in Baltimore County. Got a lot of money going on in Baltimore County. That's why you need the Department of Justice out there. The same way that you came to Baltimore City, you need them in Baltimore County. Just finished my 7-page response to file charges. All right? Because I fired my lawyer and was defending myself. And y'all had me in jail with no lawyer. All right? You had me in jail with no lawyer, no phone calls, no nothing. You treated me like Kalief Browder. Except I documented it minute by minute, time by time. You feel me? Maryland Voices, dishonoring the badge. That's the Department of Justice, Rod Rosenstein. And that's Commissioner Belfield. I gave Belfield this information. My case number was 2010-1440. Internal Affairs Division. I turned in your dirty cops that was robbing drug dealers back in 2006, 2007. I turned them into Belfield. Like I said, 55. City may pay $95,000 in taser suit. I filed a $2.5 billion class action lawsuit. I also filed a $52 million lawsuit in Baltimore City with Frank Conway. I was supposed to have that case heard in February, but you locked me up in February so I couldn't have that case heard. You use your courts to deny us access to the courts. So, like I said, everything here is documented. I'm going to scroll through it and stop from time to time. Former PG executive faces new charges. I want the same charges that y'all gave that PG County guy. I want Shellenberger. I want Kamenetz. I want Zirkin. The same charges that you gave him. I want federal charges with the Baltimore County. And I'm not going to stop until I get those charges. We talk about Negro Mountain. We talk about Mount Misery. All right, Negro Mountain, called in honor. That was a slave breaking camp. That's where you sent Frederick Douglass to break his spirit. It's called Mount Misery. Donald Rumsfeld owns it now. All right. Losers. The people that are caught up in the system are the losers. NAACP praises Snowden in his appeal for DUI. NAACP Benjamin Jealous knew about this. And Carl Snowden from the Attorney General's office, he knew about this. But y'all protect your own. Ben Jealous had this information. Carl Snowden had it. And I put him on video when I gave it to him. All right? The history of racism in Maryland, yeah, your history get a C. No, you get an F. $225 million Medicaid fraud. Well, you got a lot of fraud going on in the Baltimore County, Baltimore City Detention Center when it comes to prescription prescription medication, using the inmates as test subjects, using the inmates to use on pharmaceutical drugs. And that's going to be part of that class action lawsuit. Like I say, the only thing that y'all respect is money. So I'm coming after your money. Eric Holder got all my material. I got a case file with the Department of Justice already in the civil division. Now I want it in the criminal division. Social media, baby. I'm going to Hollywood with this. And I got all my paperwork. Postal Service. I got a postal violation too. I even got a postal ID number. So when I file all this with the IRS for income tax evasion and fraud, we're going to make sure that you get all this. Attorney-client privilege. Thomas Sanders destroyed evidence. Thomas Sanders tried to get me to plead guilty to a crime I didn't commit. Part of the corruption is the role that the public defenders play in pleading cases out. If we took all our cases to court, we could break the system. If everybody took their case to trial, we could break the system. But as long as you got lawyers that want us to sell out, you're going to keep this mass incarceration alive. Oppressed people cannot remain oppressed forever. The urge for freedom will eventually come out. And that's all I'm doing. I'm speaking up for oppressed people. And my lawyer didn't do nothing about it. And we talk about bail and bail rights. Let's talk about that money that Bobby Zirkin been getting since he came into office. They've been paying him under the table and on top of the table. Got a lot of money going through the bail bondsman thing. And Bobby Zirkin is a prime example of it. We ain't working with Zirkin in 2018. I did this because Martin Luther King told me about it. I'm practicing what he preached. It's a Black History moment. And all I did was ask for his job. I asked for Martin Luther King's job and it got me locked up. And I knew the consequences of my action. I still want his job. That's Adam May. He has 25 pages of a jailhouse diary. I also exposed the mental cruelty in Spring Grove Hospital. You moved me to the Spring Grove Hospital without a court order. You transferred me without legal representation. You violated my rights. And like I said, consent to be videotaped. I videotaped it all. And I want the whole thing. That's Gov.O'Malley. All right? I want it all. The whole hour and 15 video. I want the whole tape played to the public to see the corruption that's going on in the state of Maryland. It's right there. I signed it. And WJZ been playing a major role in it. That's why I shut your media down. And you got a problem with me? Lock me up. Take me to court. I dare your punk ass. I must keep shutting you down. O'Malley, Shellenberger, and Mr. McGee. We got DuckTales. Duck, duck, goose. I made good with the time. Like I said, all you got to do, I'm going to get this diary printed. I'm going to get it turned into a book. I'm going to turn it into a movie. Let's all go to the storytelling show. And Shorty got a story to tell y'all. I got a hell of a story to tell y'all. And it won't be Dr. Seuss. It won't be a feel-good moment. I broke you down about slavery in America. Slavery in America under the 13th Amendment. I broke you down and I gave it to you. Shorty, I want to start by saying I'm sorry about Jarrell. All right, these are letters that I got while I was in jail. All right. And President Obama got all this because everything I did, President Obama asked for a full investigation in February of 2008. I'm the subject of the investigation. President Obama dropped the ball because he forgot about me. But I ain't forgot about you. That's why I got everything documented. Everything is documented. Mr. President, you see that? Chief of Staff. Shorty. And like I said, everything I got is documented. Open for the public to see. I have nothing to hide from anybody. And my legal mail to President Obama is right there. That's while I was in jail. And so we don't have no misunderstandings. While I was in jail, I got a visit from the Secret Service. All right? The Secret Service came to visit me. President Obama, Eric Holder, Department of Justice. So y'all got this information and y'all been sitting on it for at least almost 10 years. All right? 10 years you've been sitting on it. Blackface is carrying out a white agenda. You feel me? Blackface is carrying out a white agenda of mass incarceration. Everything documented. Nothing can be disputed. Facebook. Call Rob. Adam May from WJZ. Tell him about the movie. All right? Adam May got this. And I want that 1.5-hour videotape that y'all did in Spring Grove. Like I said, this is for the Department of Justice. Shows you what I was doing, why I was doing it, how I was doing it. All right? Nurse sleeping in the medical unit. Y'all got staff sleeping on the jobs. Y'all got staff doing a lot of things. Just finished a letter to Frank Conway, Circuit Court Clerk. Material return. Also Adam May, WJZ. Alright. TV interview was aired. The TV interview was aired, but y'all didn't show the whole video. You didn't show the whole thing. Like I said, I got everything documented. Spring Grove. Gov.O'Malley. Movie was about Gov.O'Malley and stop and frisk and zero tolerance. New book at the riots of April of 68. This is the summer of 68. It's called Freedom Summer 68. So this plays right into that. Freedom Summer. You feel me? 68. The riots of 68. So I do it like this. Being a documentarian, you got to keep very detailed documents. And I kept very detailed documents. Now, if you go to Peter Angelos' office, I filed a complaint with Peter Angelos about treatment of inmates inside the Baltimore County Detention Center. Peter Angelos sent the letter back. Didn't want no part of it. Angelos don't want no part of it. Warren Brown don't want no part of it. Dwight Pettit don't want no part of it. Ivan Bates don't want no part of it. Malcolm Ruff don't want no part of it. The Warrior lawyer don't want no part of it. I turned y'all in 2011 to try to get a class action lawsuit. Nobody wants to take the lawsuit because y'all eating off that plate. Murphy don't want no part of it. I ask all of y'all to be a part of it. You don't want no part of it because y'all getting too much money to keep the system in place. Here you go. Based on the information you provided, we will not be able to represent you and take action on your behalf. Dog, I was locked up asking for help, and y'all refused it. Zirkin refused it. Turnbull refused it. Bobby Zirkin's law firm, Judge Turnbull's law firm, because I was exposing the corruption in the courts. And it was going to be hard for you to represent me. Like I said, I know Peter Angelos. Baltimore County Bureau of Corrections, inmate property envelope. None of my property is in here. All right? That's all that you gave me. I'm missing my Suburban. I'm missing my computer. That's all you gave me. But you had my truck, my computer, and everything. No money. You know what I'm saying? You made me homeless. And the media participated in it. Kai Jackson, Vic Carter, all of y'all participated in it. I don't want nobody left out the loop. TV Hill, Bernstein, Stan Stovall. Because y'all protect the corruption in the courts. And y'all hail them on the TVs. Alright? Put this on Facebook because I need social media to make sure that my story is told. I put it on social media so you can't take it down. Take it down. The world is watching Baltimore. I got over 5,000 friends. And my friends got friends. So this is seen everywhere. We're going to talk about Michael Steele and the money that Michael Steele got at Bart Mitchell's house. Kendall Ehrlich was there. You got money envelopes, money that you didn't report. You feel me? Bart Mitchell. I'm a black Republican. I'm a black Republican. I'm going to talk about all of y'all. Y'all share mass incarceration. Y'all share the money off of mass incarceration. Democrats and Republicans. It's your cash cow. The State of the Union, the state of black America. Department of Health and Mental Resource complaint form. I filed a complaint. You didn't do anything about it. Just like Kalief Browder. Mental abuse in the Department of Correction runs rampant. Not a lot of people can handle that mental abuse. Not a lot of people can handle it. You create beasts and beastly people. Just like you created me. I knew what I was in for. This ain't my first day on the job. But I made sure that I documented everything that I could to protect myself. Man falsely jailed for 20 years. I wouldn't go into jail. You tried to give me 20 years. I beat the case. I won my case by a jury trial. Kurt Frazier was the writer and producer. Alright? I've seen the promised land. Just like letters from a Birmingham jail, that's what this diary is. Just like Martin Luther King told about the social ills, so did I. I followed Martin Luther King's blueprint. I've seen the promised land. Alright, I follow social worker Deborah Leon from the ACLU. Alright, the ACLU want to claim that they're champions for civil rights and prisoners' rights. Well, the ACU been knowing about this since I started this. And Miss Leon destroyed the information from the ACLU. Alright? And y'all just gave her a celebration the other day. Y'all celebrating bad behavior. Y'all just as corrupt as the people that y'all claim to fight against. Alright, reading Letters of a Nation. Alright, read Letters of a Nation. Martin Luther King, letters from a Birmingham jail. One of the most longest letters he ever wrote. Very inspiring piece of work. And that's what I'm going to leave you on. Letters from a Birmingham jail. That's Shorty's jailhouse diary. And on this day, that's what I did. On this day, in 2011, that's what I was doing. I was locked up with that man. I grew up with that man. Alright? So we need to free the prisoners and we need to free the inmates here in Maryland. You understand? So on that note, make it happen. Freedom is never free unless you fight for it. And I'm fighting for my freedom. This ain't my fight. This is our struggle. Being black in white America.